Good afternoon. Time to wrap it up for February the 4th, 2015. Well, we had one of these days that was really a bit difficult to work with because of the lack of volatility and the lack of trading range. We had a sell in the 45 area. We were pretty confident that the market would trade up. We wanted to buy the 30-32 area. We were able to get in our area right over here before the day session opened. The market did eventually get up to the 45 area. It took forever. It was a slow grind. This trade off the bottom, software and idea and level, produced a winner. This trade right here would have been a loser. These trades would have been a winner. These trades would have been a winner. This trade would have been these trades would have been winners, and these trades over here would have been winners, as would these. So very, very choppy day, no follow through either way. Not a big volume day, not what we've been dealing with. But if you take a look at the entire distribution, and if you take a look at the longer term distribution, the F1 screen, you can see that we've got a higher low and a higher high, and you can see that value is clearly above yesterday, so money is still flowing into the market. Looking at the F2 screen, so the F1 screen would have you a buyer. Looking at the F2 screen, it's a D. And the only hint that we have which way the market's going to go is just volume, volume, volume. Now looking at this particular distribution, it is a D pattern. You've got volume right here in the middle. There is a little bit more volume beneath this than there is above it. So inside the congestion area, it is actually leaning a little bit B. So we're going to be in the same situation that we have been. If the market were to close right here, we're going to sell failure to take out 45 to 50. So the sell 1 area would be in the 45 area. The sell 2 area would be in the 50 area. And on the buy side, and I do think we're still dealing with a fairly strong P right here. On the buy side, the 35 to 37 area would be the number 2 area, and then 40 would be buy number 1. So we've got a market that's trying to trade higher. Now we have news tomorrow, but the market's probably going to be held in check with non-farm payrolls on Friday, and they're looking for 230,000 on Friday. That's a supportive number. Shows job gains. Tomorrow we've got jobless claims 290. Got trade balance at 38. No one will pay any attention to that. Preliminary productivity. And I think they were looking at for up 0.2. No one will pay any attention to that. Unit labor costs, they'll use that to verify the job numbers, plus 1.2%. And that's hard to believe given the amount of people that are out of work. Even Gallup came out and said the 5.6 number unemployment is a lie. Nothing to do. The U3 number is right at 12%. And then we'll have net gas inventories, and probably going to draw down in the tune of about 90 billion cubic. So focus tomorrow. One will be non-farm payroll, not non-farm payroll, but jobless claims, and that's probably it, with Friday's non-farm payroll holding the market in check. The news that came out today, even though the forecast levels were right on the money, did show beneath the surface on the ISM numbers either employment losses or new order growth was really coming down in a hurry. And again, it just shows that the world's economy are weakening. It's hard to believe that the United States will, the sector that has been creating all the growth has been the energy sector, shale oil production for the most part. That's steel, that's cement, that's all sorts of stuff, chemicals, and that our jobless claims numbers and everything are going to escape that. Okay, especially if the E-mini trades up, this contract should trade lower. Friday's number, if as forecast, would not be supportive for this. So we've got a lower high and a lower low, and that says we're sellers. First trade I'll shoot will be to find a place to sell it. Do a split here in J period. So looking at this, selling failure to take out 4 to 8, and then our 11 to 15. On the buy side, we're going to leave it at 25 to 29, kind of where that new move came from, and then 17 to 21. Tomorrow's news focus, jobless claims, and then on to Friday's non-farm payroll numbers. Okay, Peter said, Harry, Harry, are you back in the room now, or are you gone? If you are back in the room, Peter said, write up what you want the alert for, and he says there's 2 or 3 ways to get a sound alert in the software, and get it to support at cnfuturestrading.com, and Chris would do a tutorial on how to get it done and help you set it up. Guess Harry's out. Okay, I'm going to do a J-split here also, kind of the move out of the middle, and pretty clearly defined. We've got volume up here at 28, so this selling failure to get through the 24, 28 area looks pretty good. Then 31 to 03, picking up this area in there. I think we can do a little better down here, so the breakout came at 11, or down here is 5, so we'll buy a 5 to 9. And then 25 to 29. The Western apologists are stumbling over themselves to find excuses for ISIS's burning that Jordanian pilot up. God, it is just absolutely amazing. Most Western journalists would not survive a day in captivity, or if their countries were taken over by these killers. They think they're so important and so needy it could never happen to them, but they're not. Okay, we've got a seller at 70 to 75, same situation we were in. So that's going to be our sell zone. On the buy side, 55 to 60. And we'll assume that Friday's numbers will hold the market in check until a non-farm payroll number is released. Ralph Peters used to study, and he's got some great books out on counterinsurgency and how you fight the wars. And of course, I was involved in moving the guys that fight those around quite a bit, so I'm somewhat conversant in it. But you need a charismatic thug to pull off revolutions. Then you need thugs to break heads to keep everybody in line, and then you need the true believers. And in Islam, the true believers are the warriors and stuff that you have on the line, and it brings a religious fervor to it. So you've got that third element in there, and they also form the tip of the spear. And you read about how these fighters that have invaded Syria and other places just charge embankments, with death staring them in the face, and it doesn't faze them a bit. They willingly go to their death. And so they're very, very brave. I mean, they're zealots. They do not flinch. They don't pull back. And you have all those elements to, succeed at what you're doing. And we're not paying enough attention to this yet. Okay, 48, 48 and a quarter is where support is. Last rotate down stopped at 63, and 47.50, 47.75. And then we're at 49, so make 49 and a quarter, 50. Try to pick up this area right in here, sell 1. And then 75 to 50 for sell 2. But they also did a video where they set up large screen televisions to show this. And I forget, Rabak or whatever the name of the city is that they've taken over. And they have pictures of people smiling and cheering on that poor guy's demise. And again, this is a very formidable enemy. They will not go quietly into the night. They're not going to fade. They're prepared to die to achieve their objectives. And you can't take those people lightly. And they come right out and tell you that, your head's next, and we're choosing not to believe them. Boy, all these people that are in the Middle East, I mean, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, the Gulf states, I mean, they're between the rock and the hard spot. Even in Turkey, Turkey won't get away from this scot-free either, although they think they are. So I don't know what kind of an atrocity it's going to take to get everybody fully mobilized, but it's on the way. Okay, we've got a buyer at 14. We've got a seller at 15. We're right now at 14.29. Last rotate up, stopped in the 45 area, so 40 to 50, sell 1. Top of value, 75 to 85, sell 2. 114 even, buy 1. 13.75, buy 2. And that will do it for this September, not September, how about February? I'm already excited about football season, haha. I'm going to see y'all bright and early in the morning, 6:45 a.m. Central. Y'all have a great evening. They're still threatening us with snow. I think most of it goes north of us. But winter's back for a couple of days. It is 25 degrees outside, and the wind's blowing 30, gusts to 42. So watch out north and east of us. It's on its way. Y'all have a great evening.